So this is a simple shape. It's just a couple notes and an open G string, but it's a bit of a chameleon, changes its sound depending on how you use it. Fits in with different chords and keys, and there must be something a bit magical about using it right here on the neck because it's found in lots of different songs. I'll show you some of them in this video, both acoustic and electric, with a lesson segment at the end where I play things real slow with an emphasis on strumming in the pick hand. If you like what you see, please remember to like or subscribe, and don't forget to check out my free web app, The Building Blocks of Rock, which you can find at guitarviz.com. Start with an A chord. Add this common riff, this kind of Keith Richards type shape. For the third chord, just lift up your first finger. So you've got the open fifth and third strings. One of the guitars, instead of a normal A chord, is playing this kind of extended power chord type thing, where you bar the pinky over the top two strings at the 5th fret. That's what one guitar is doing. With the other one, the 4th finger is not barring the top two strings. Instead, it's over here on the 6th string, not the 5th string, the 6th string. Well, what's it doing there? You've already got a low A note with the open 5th string. Apparently, Paul Kossoff thought it made it sound fuller. Well, it also makes it harder to play. Still sounds good with the 4th finger not doing anything, just playing these basic chords. So that shape sounds good with A major. It also sounds good with A minor. But have to change the fingers around a bit. Instead of these two, it's these two, 1st and 2nd. Then they're in position for that A minor chord, or even an A minor 7th, which is the same shape. So it's easy to move back and forth between them, like in Ready for Love. 3, 4. So this shape with A major in All Right Now, this shape with A minor in Ready for Love, and now a bit of both major and minor, plus the 7th in Gallows Pole from Led Zeppelin 3. Start with an A7 chord. Lift the 3rd finger on and off the 2nd string. A bit unusual. It's more common to see that type of riff with an A minor chord or an A major chord, especially this type of shape. But you don't see it as often with the 7th chord. And then an A minor 7th using this shape. Then up 2 frets to our shape, including the open 1st string. And then at the end, one quick strum with the 4th finger down on the 5th fret of the 1st string. Almost like a movable version of this A minor 7th shape. And then into this riff. That was the subject of the video before this one. It's just an open A chord with a single note on the 6th string, that G note there at the 3rd fret, alternating back and forth between them. Finally, this shape with an A sus2 chord in Scarborough Fair. The sus2 is neither major or minor, has kind of an open, unresolved sound. Kind of like our shape. Scarborough Fair is mainly moving back and forth between those two. Uses finger picking and is capoed at the 7th fret in the original studio version. a lot of this song is just shifting back and forth between this shape and the A sus2 chord. Another interesting shape that pops up in this song in several places is this. Off of the open G chord. Kind of similar to All Right Now and this shape, except down here with an open G. 2, 1, who lives there? She once was. Little hammer on and pull off there. So far, we've talked about using the shape in A, using it with some type of A chord, adding the open fifth string for that low A note. These next few examples are more about D, like adding that low D note, or using this shape along with a regular open D chord. Here's the shape. We were adding the low A note, open fifth string. Now instead, let's add a low D note. There's one right there on the 5th fret of the 5th string. Now it's starting to sound a bit more like a D chord. It's the intro and outro of Scarborough Fair. I'm not capoed, I'll just play it without. There's the shape. Now reach over for that note. Down to a C major 7th chord. So it may sound a bit like a D chord, but it looks like a C chord, just slid up 2 frets. Here's a couple examples of songs that use both the C chord and this new shape. Man on the Moon, REM. Slide between the 2 chords. And it sounds like they're adding the note on the 6th string, this shape of a C chord. Sugar Mountain, down tuned a whole step. I'm in standard tuning. Little hammer on the 4th string on that shape. Another hammer on the C chord. This one is real common. Just hammer on the 4th string. And look, that same riff lick from Scarborough Fair. Now you can't add a low D note to this shape by using the open 4th string. The 4th string is already occupied by your finger. But here's an example of using this shape with an open D chord in Norwegian Wood, capoed 2nd fret. Right after that first lick, there's our shape, along with the 1st string, but not the 3rd string. The 3rd string is not fretted, it's left open. That gives this shape its unique sound. Now what about combining the shape with other tonal centers, other low notes besides the A and the D? Well, you've got a G here on the 6th string. A little bit awkward, but you've also got one on the 4th string here at the 5th fret. Now, just like Norwegian Wood, you can't play that note at the same time as the shape, Both those notes are on the fourth string, but you can alternate back and forth between them. More like a riff, like in this Paul McCartney song. Or Wake Me When September Ends. Starts off with this shape. Then the shape we've been looking at. Then this. Like part of an E minor 7th chord. And then this. Like part of a G power chord. Then these 5th string root chords. C. C minor. To G. Now that walk down the 4th string is just the top part of a G major scale. You hear similar things in other songs like Friend of the Devil by the Dead. Uses an open 2nd string instead of the 3rd fret, but same type of sound. Now, what if instead of a G in the low note, we use a B, like a G/B chord, and combine it with this shape? Does it sound like a G chord? Does it sound like a B minor chord? Wreckage by Pearl Jam has a bit of both. It's open G tuning for that guitar, but same type of sound. When you add a B as the low note, it gives it a different type of sound, really unresolved, almost like a flamenco guitar type of sound. The shape on its own doesn't seem like a chord, but add a note on the lower string and it does. But what kind of chords are they? They're a bit strange. Look at the chord tones. In the A, there's no 3rd. In the D, there's no 5th. And the tones that are there are kind of interesting, kind of ambiguous, open, unresolved. Probably why they can fit into different places, a bit like a chameleon. Next up, a lesson segment where I'll show some of those examples slowed down, up close, with an emphasis on strumming. If you don't want to stick around, thanks for watching, and please remember to hit like or subscribe before you leave. The strumming varies throughout the song, especially because there's 2 guitars, each one kind of maybe doing something that's slightly different from one bar to the next, but that's a best fit strum. One of the most common ones you'll hear, and notice how the 5th string is being played in between each chord. Ending with a G and a D chord. But the G and the D are in a bar of 2 4 time. The song is in 4/4 time, 4 beats per bar, but this is a bar of 2 beats. 1, 2. I'll come into it from a bar before. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the chorus. Hangman, hangman, will. Strumming is 16th notes. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The song is in 6/8 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's where it gets a bit more involved. Basic A-shaped bar chord, but the picking pattern, sometimes you're picking multiple strings. I'll call out the string numbers after I do each one. 5th string, 4th, 3rd and 2nd, 4th and 3rd, 5th, 3rd and 2nd, 4th and 3rd. Slowly. Repeat with the minor chord. Open strings. 6th, 4th, 3rd and 2nd, 4th and 3rd, 6th, 3rd and 2nd, 4th and 3rd.